what's up, everybody? Donovan, Silas. How is it going? Hope you guys are having a great day so far. Professional streamer as I am, I forgot to switch it over to Planet Coaster, but there it is. There we are. Instead of that black screen, my cat's right in front of my monitor, just as usual. Everything's back to normal. Perfect, as we're back in Silver Dollar City in Planet Coaster 2. We have been fairly consistent on working on this, and we've been working on Hill Street a lot lately, which is turning out pretty good so far. Unfortunately, I still haven't gotten those reference photos for this, but there could be some good references that we could still use. We still have options here, okay? We still have like tour videos, like Silver Dollar City tour, where they walk through the entire park and everything, as long as we have something that is recent and see if they walk in that area. So that's what we need from this, is for them to walk through the area and give us those options there. This is still in the square. Alright, so that is over by American Plunge. On this particular one, they go down the backside where the knife shop is and such. I need this area, but they kind of bypass what I need to see. Alright, here's the bottom of Hill Street. Just looking at this reference right now, but I want to get a good view. There's plenty of other videos out there, but we're going to try and get a good view of Hill Street. Surely there are some. This one's from 8 months ago. So, this is the first video actually there. Okay, this is over by Boatworks. Completely opposite side of the park. We need to find where there's Hill Street. I see American Plunge there, which is the general vicinity, but it looks like they're back over at Wildfire. Grandfather's Mansion, Mystic River Falls, pretty much everywhere but where I need Expo. Literally, they went everywhere but Hill Street. Look, there's Dylan. Me recognizing people. The workers that are there. Alright, that's not a good one for us. This one's 9 months ago. I need something within a couple of years, so that is good. Where is this? This is on the square. Just go down Hill Street. Why does everyone go the back way? We're like back towards the knife shop. Everyone skips Hill Street in the tour videos. What the heck? Why does everyone skip it? Like, it's nice that I got a lot of references for this spot, but what about Hill Street? Hill Street's like one of the more iconic places in Silver Dollar City, like pathwise. Like, everyone knows about Hill Street. But for some reason on these tour videos, no one goes down it. They go down the back way. It's not like you're going up it. Like, come on. That's 6 months ago. Wildfire video breakdown. I just need Hill Street, man. No one goes down Hill Street. All right. I was certain that someone would be going down Hill Street, but no one. No, not a single person. Not a single tour video does anyone go down Hill Street? I guess everyone just hates Hill Street that much. This has Branson Landing. That's not even Silver Dollar City. What the heck? It's not even Silver Dollar City. The first 14 minutes isn't even Silver Dollar City. I don't get to Silver Dollar City till the 20-minute mark. Me just over here raging about stuff. All I need you to do is someone look at Wagon Works. Now this one says drinks on fire. So maybe they actually go to a restaurant. Maybe they'll go to Wagon Works. Maybe, just maybe. I'm not seeing any of Hill Street on here. Oh, dear goodness. Why does everyone avoid it in the tours? Like going down it. I can understand avoiding going up Hill Street. But why does everyone avoid going down it? I mean, it's nice going downwards. That's not a problem. But no one goes down Hill Street. But in the loop. Come on, man. Just start at... This isn't really a tour, it's just cinematic footage of places. I saw the saloon. That's the closest I've been in a while. The closest I've been. Come on. Okay, so this is closer. We have the I see the furniture store. But they go straight to looking inside the furniture store. That's not what I want. Alright, we're at Wood Valley Crafters. No. You go into a lot of the shops, which I guess it would be fine if I needed interior, but I'm gonna say we're on our own on this one. Not gonna lie. I think we're on our own. Incredible. Alright. The only option we have is Street View. Which is... also avoids Hill Street as much as possible. Which is crazy. Crazy, man. Like, it just... They do not go down Hill Street. They end up close to Hill Street, but they don't go down it. And everywhere I want to see, it's at the bottom of it and at the top. Like, there's no in between there, and it's kind of disappointing on how this works. All right, anyways, I'm going to get into what we can see, and we're going to continue to work on the furnishing store, the furniture store here, and we're going to actually split this from the building so we can put it at the correct angle. Okay, now I'm going to pull up our floor plan. See, make sure I'm in the right spot here. Am I going crazy? Oh, I grabbed the wrong one. I forgot that I have the old one in here too. I should probably delete the old one. I have both in here. Hold on, where's the other one? Where's the other one? Hello? I didn't delete it. Did I accidentally delete it at some point? By accident? Oh no. That's unfortunate. If that's the case, that's unfortunate because I'm going to have to realign it again. Oh no. I mean... That's very unfortunate. Huh. There's no way I deleted it. Yeah, I'm not selecting anything down there. Nothing is being selected. That is not good. I was like, wait a minute, why does it look like it's under construction? Bruh. That sucks. That means I'm gonna have to redo all of this. Which will take a minute. Sorry about that. Vibes are so nostalgic. They are really good. In case you didn't know, I do work there, so I've been working at Sword Art City for 12 years, about to start my 13th season. I've been there quite some time now, so... Where's the 32 meter? 32, 8, 4... Wait, is it 32? Yeah, 32. I'm so sad that I have to redo this. I forgot these go a lot bigger. I think before was 600. I think that was... I think this is the size of them. Okay, which means we gotta start over here and realign it and all that fun stuff, so that's not gonna be fun. So we're gonna have to go and... I must have... Yeah, it's this one. SDC floor 1. Man, I must have accidentally deleted it in the last episode, or last time I was in the game. Which sucks so much. Alright, where's SDC floor 2? It's not, like, in a good order here. And I can't remember if I'm upside... I don't know if I'm upside down or... I think I'm upside down. Which means that would go there. Yep, that matches. I'm so mad. So upset that I did that. That's okay. At least it's not like the hardest thing in the world. It just takes a second to get all this back in here. Floor 3. Alright, SDC floor 5. Oh, we're back over here. Did I only do 4 by 4 there? This is floor 5. Alright, let's we gotta make this a group so they're all together. There we go. While we're at it, we should probably try to start aligning here just a little bit. Get close. At least get close to where we're supposed to be. Right around there. We'll go further in later on. Alright, this should be 6. SDC floor 6. Thanks for bearing with me, guys. I'm sorry I messed this up. Floor 7. I did not think that I had deleted it. I must have. Alright. 8. This one might be 9, I'm not sure. Either that or it's over there. Nope, it's right there. We're good. That's powder keg. We're gonna have a blast on this powder keg. This is floor 10. These are slightly not connected. Just trying to not let there be a gap there. Alright, next is 11. The good thing is these screens being a lot bigger. You don't have to use as many pieces, so this process isn't as bad, especially if you're doing a whole park. Floor 12. And floor 14. Floor 15. I can't believe I've accidentally deleted that. I must have just accidentally clicked on it and deleted it with something. Maybe I was like deleting trees or something. I just did like a spread, like dragged it, and then without realizing it, I bet I deleted it or something. That's the only explanation I have. That's okay, we're almost done. Oh gosh, what number are we on? 16, 17. That's Time Traveler. There's Wildfire. Oh, wait. Yeah, Time Traveler's right there. This one is currently set on 15. 16 was Time Traveler, and should be 17. Am I missing one? Was that it? Oh yeah, I forgot I had to overlap them a little bit. Stop it with that. Stop it with that. Stop. I still hate that advanced move tool that uses all that. I forgot these bottom ones overlap a tiny bit. If I remember right. I couldn't fit it all on one thing, so I had to go scroll down, and it's a whole thing. 18. Why doesn't that line up? Oh wait, now I'm looking at the bottom one. Never mind. I should have this piece here, though. I don't know why I don't. Why is that piece missing? Here's 19. I mean, it might be number 20, actually. I don't think I'd go further down than this. It might be number 20. I might have numbered them wonky at the end. Yep, that's number 20. Okay, there we go. Alright, we got that back. Now I just gotta realign it with everything. Which I'm not too far off. I don't think. Mostly I just need to align it with what we actually have. So if I can align it with everything up here, where my stuff is up here, I think we'll be good. Actually, a good reference it would be like powder keg and such, because I know I got powder kegs, like brake run and stuff, lined up pretty well. Yeah, that's pretty good right there. I think that's pretty solid. I was using like this as a reference, this overhead piece as a reference. Kylo, you don't make a good window, dude. How off is that now? Not too shabby. I'd say we should be pretty good right there. I still can't believe that I somehow lost that. Very weird that I did. Anyways, where does this line up? Okay, you can see... I think we're in a good spot right now with where it's at. So I think we're okay. Alright, back to Google Maps. Yeah, I think we got this pretty good. Except it does round about quite a bit. I think we need to push this back more. Because I think the overhead piece is what comes out a lot. This rounds around that way, so we're too far off here. I don't think this is quite 2 pieces, but I think it's about half. Kind of like that. Sweet. Now we're back on track, thankfully. Sorry I had to take 20-ish minutes to fix that. Don't know how that happened, but it did. I should save the floor plan as a blueprint. In case it does happen again. I'm looking for a metal roof. We can use... Is this... That one doesn't match, and there's limited pieces. Should use the gentle one here. Alright, so it kind of overhangs, and then there's like a taller section that we can go off of. See if we can make this lighter. Yeah, that's not going to be for that. Shoot, okay. Maybe we should try this. Just make it a gray. Yeah. I think that's gonna be the move here. Alright, this obviously isn't gonna line up. Maybe if we turn grid size down, we actually could do something with it. It's gonna be too big. What do I do here? What do we do here? What do we do here? Oh man, what are we thinking here? I mean, I could just roll with this, but it's just too big. It takes up a lot of space, so I mean, it's not that big a deal. It really isn't, but you know, trying to be accurate, you know. I'm trying to be. If I were to build a Kentucky Kingdom style park, what coaster models would you recommend? If you're doing a Kentucky Kingdom style, so not a recreation, like a style, good question. I think you definitely put like a smaller scale RMC, kind of like, you know, as your Storm Chaser, or I guess it's called, wait, what is it called now? Wind Chaser now? Forgot they changed the name of that ride. Didn't they? It's not a placement thing. It's just too big. I know I can split from building and move it where I want. Like, I already know how to do that. It's not a placement thing, it's a size thing. If that makes sense. That's what I'm struggling with, is size. Okay, we don't want to go that high on that, but we want to... Let's get our roofing placed in there first. I need a smaller roof. Problem. Same angle, but this one should be wider. Alright, we're just gonna keep going here and then figure it out after we get this placed in. Place that there. No. We need to be even with the wall. That's where you should be. Yes, I know, but I don't use that mod because you have to lose all of your grid. If you enable the grid scaling, you lose your entire grids altogether. Basically what that does is it makes the grid pieces non-grid pieces, which works, but then you can't work on a grid anymore. And I like to work on the grid, so for some stuff, like a lot of stuff I work off grid, but because I do have the scaling mod, I just don't have that enabled on the mod. Isn't this part of the cave? No, this is Hill Street. The cave is way over here. On the square. Which I actually did make the entrance to it right here. And there's the hole in the ground right there. For the cave. That's the cave. Now we're working on Hill Street right now. This is the furniture store that we're currently working on. At the moment. What did I do here? Why is that? Oh yeah. You know what would make this easier if we just made this too wide. That probably would make everything easier, honestly. If we just made it 2 pieces wide. Not gonna lie, that's probably gonna be our solution here. Haven't been there in years. You're good. I was just letting you know where we are at here. We're gonna split this here so we have a little bit of an overhang. Get rid of the fighting textures. Alright, I guess we can. Should be able to work with this somewhat. Can we get this to blend together? We can, we're just gonna have to split this from the building and precisely place it right there. Perfect. Hello, welcome to the stream, guys. Cool beans. I get to go there like every day, so except for now because we're in the off season, but a little bit here, and we are gonna have to smooth that out in the end because it is gonna. I'm on pull. No, I wanted to be on smooth. That's what I was trying to be on. So if there's one thing that Silver Dollar City isn't, is flat. That's for sure. Alright, the entrance does need to be flat like that, though. For it to work. Alright, let's get our handy dandy doorway here. I think I know what door I would want to use. This one right here will work perfectly for it. The colors are actually not too far off on the default, so. Turn off angle snap here as we begin to go right up into here, roughly. Something like that. Okay. We're gonna need to adjust this path a little bit. It's really hard to go into a flattened section from a steep section like this. A little difficult. Thing ahead to me is closest thing you have to use Adventureland in Iowa. I've been there, and even then it's a 2-hour and 30-minute drive, so yeah, it's better than nothing. I know that kind of sucks that it's that far from you, but I've been there. It's an alright little park. I enjoyed my visit there. I was out in that area for a wedding, and literally the park was right there. So I was like, we should go to it. So we did, and it was a fun time. I had fun anyways. Didn't get to experience everything. Dragon Slayer was down, or went down right before I got on it, and didn't go back up. The operators kind of messed it up dramatically. Got to ride Tornado. Outlaw was down, so I didn't get to ride it. It was down. It wasn't open. I think besides that, I got to ride everything else, though. Besides them two. Underground was still in a renovation, so it wasn't open. Flying Viking, I got to ride that. Phoenix. But yeah, I thought it was a nice little park, like nothing too crazy, but you can still enjoy the time you have there. Favorite park that I've been to is Islands of Adventure, Universal. Mostly because, like, Velocicoaster, Hagrid's. I love Spider-Man, the Spider-Man ride. Oh, you got Incredible Hulk. You got all the dark rides there are so good. Ridden Journey. Just fantastic attractions there. Absolutely love it. Hey, welcome back. What's up, Noah? Here you are. Welcome back. Yep. I went and made some dinner. Relaxed for a little bit, and because I was actually really hungry, so that's one of the reasons why I hopped off at the time I did and made some dinner. Decided to, like, all right, I can come back and do this. Why not? Just kind of depended on how I felt, you know, and I'm feeling good. Ready to make more progress here. I try and blend this together a little bit. Using bushes and such. It works. Hulk is my favorite. The launch is really fun. It is, definitely. Hulk is a really good one, but I love Islands of Adventure. I have not been to Epic Universe yet. I really want to go really bad, man. Really bad. Like, I was hoping to go, like, within this year, but, you know, finances just didn't allow it, so I was not really given the opportunity to, because I just couldn't really afford it. still can't afford it. So Florida's a kind of an expensive trip for me, so never really got the chance to do it. So at least not yet, but I do plan on it at some point. Definitely want to get out there at some point. I don't understand what's too steep here. What do you mean? Just let me do that. Probably because it's not conforming to the ground, but, you know. We can get those together. I mean, I suppose that kind of works. It's just... yeah, we'll make that work. That works. It works. Nice. Alright, that way that gets that path kind of started in the right direction. Don't think you'll go there till they expand more? I mean, that's fair. I mean, by time I get out there, that will probably be the... by time I get out there. Probably be expanding at that point. I should probably wait on that until I get that smoothed out. I don't know why that dipped down like that. There we go. Much better. That is not flattening to that surface. Bruh. That is, I'm just making everything worse at this point. What is going on? Bring the bridge on fire in the hole. It wasn't the working last... you're more... It just depends on when you go. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. The way they designed that was not good, so it's only working... I would only say like a quarter of the time. Like, I can't remember the last time it worked when I wrote it. And I work there. Kind of sad. That's not even steep. I don't know what it's talking about. No. Didn't they redo Fire in the Hole? They did. They made a new version of it. And it's in a different location now. Because it used to be at the bottom of Hill Street down here. Now it's over in the Fire District. And everything, which is pretty fitting with that theming. It makes a little bit more sense now. Trying to get this to where it's smooth enough to place this down. Don't know why that's saying too steep. If this is too steep, then what do you call this up here? You know what I mean? See, and this is trying to keep its level there, which is not good. You don't want that. Alright, what if we moved both of these together? See, it keeps trying to flatten it a lot, and we don't want that. That's why I've left that like that, because I couldn't get it. It was kind of rough. It was I mean, it was built in 1972, so the new one's gloss smooth. You know, it uses RMC iBox track, so However, the older one was way more forceful for sure. On like some of those, I mean, there's small hills, but like they had a little punch to them, somewhat. So. Conveyor belt launch into the bridge drop. Did kind of push you into that somewhat. Alright, get some of this terrain a little bit prepped for this area over here. Wonder if it would work if we like... Oh, it's just not gonna let us build right there. For some reason, this little spot, it's not letting us build in. Might have to reprofile this whole spot here. It just won't let us build on it from like this area. Like the second we go over here, we can build right there, but not this spot. What do you mean too steep? It's not even red. I'm gonna try and manage to do something here, see if it works. Alright, that actually works. Now we have all this excess pieces we don't want though. So we're gonna try and delete it by over here and boom. Alright, that's the best we've been able to do so far, so I'm gonna take that. Well, we're gonna take that. Should be about where that branches off over there. Somewhere around there. Too steep, okay. You're too steep. Alright, smooth this out, this will make it less steep, technically. See if that actually helped a little bit. It might. It will still not let us. This is Silver Dollar City. It's steep, okay? This is Hill Street. It's just how it works. All in the dark, it's easier to see more in some videos, yeah. I don't know what the new one does, really. I think it just pushes it along. I'm not sure if it really pushes it forward or not. Alright, let's see if we can do kind of like the same thing we did last time for this spot. That's to... Okay, yeah, no, it's not gonna let us place anything anywhere here. There's no... Okay, that kind of helped us a little bit, but I think we're gonna have to roll with that. Oh, I've turned these into stairs. What? Why would you do that? No stairs. There we go. Okay. We're good. I'm just gonna leave that there. Try and smooth this out a bit. You hated roller coasters and drops when you were little. I don't think I ever hated them. So if I think I've always loved them. Really steep spot right here. That's why I kept saying it was too steep. Alright. Alright. Hill Street coming together on the hill. Quite difficult, but we're making it happen, so... Back when I was really low, I didn't even like Fire in the Hole because the force on the drops would like shove me forward, and like didn't like that until I learned to really sit back. Yeah, you could actually get, you'd like if you did it right, you could actually stand up in those things. How's the snow up there? It's still snowing. It's been very light all day though. Like I woke up and there was plenty of snow on the ground, so it snowed decently last night, but it's just been super light and it hasn't really added too much onto it. Looks like it's getting a little heavier out there now. Looking out there at the moment, looks a little heavier. Yeah, you're not supposed to take your ECV or carts down it, no. This is one of the spots you're not supposed to, because like if you like turn it, your cart could actually tilt over and people could fall. That's why you're not supposed to take your electric scooters down this hill. Why is there an old Fire in the Hole train behind the mule barn? I don't know, dude. You're in maintenance, not me. You should be able to tell that, know more than I should on that. Like in reality, right? You would know more about that than me. Yeah, I'm getting this hard stuff kind of out of the way. It's just rotting there. I mean, it was rotting when the ride was open, I think. To be fair. Don't tell Silas, he'll try and take it home. Guaranteed. He would definitely try to take it home. Alright, and there's no street view on this road either, which kind of sucks. But I can at least get started on the little, where they make like the walking sticks and canes and stuff. It's a pretty simple building. Just right across the way here. Alright, if we kind of want to make sure we place it properly in the right spot. You can see it right here. So the way we're gonna start off with the roof here. gentlest roof we can find. And this is so difficult because it's built awkwardly on a hill. I'd say about right there. Yeah, roughly around there. Now I can get a kind of an idea. And there's like a little small piece of building right there, and then probably use I'll just wood here. This is going to be the easiest for us. Bro, stay there. Make it a gray color. Well, definitely a unique kind of style shop slash building built on the hill. It's kind of weird, but that's what it is. So we're gonna move with it. Listen to Stefan, like the stream. You know nothing, you know more. I don't know more. There was no snow, and it was snowing at all until the last couple of minutes after. It was still snowing for some for me. Yeah, it's supposed to snow up until noon tomorrow for us. Somewhere around there. Favorite ride here is the spinning coaster. I forgot the name, but the station has clocks and gears. It's Time Traveler. Built by Mock Rides, opened in 2018. I actually opened that ride back in the day. Helped open it. It was a fun time. Yeah, it's called Time Traveler. Got like that steampunk time travel theme, which is really cool. When are you actually going to build a roller coaster? After we're done with Hill Street, we'll actually build Wildfire. So I gotta finish this road here and all the buildings in it. But weren't you supposed to get me reference photos, Steve? Did you ever get those? Just curious. Like, you said you'd get some of like Wagon Works and such. I don't know if you forgot or just never got to it, but definitely could use those. Yeah, don't forget the 95-foot tall loop. Wildfire in the Hole will always have a special place in my heart, though. New one, pretty cool, too. The theming is great, and the train has an actual, like, train. 14. It's 14, my favorite. Also, the whistle sounds real, kind of like a... Yeah, they did really good with the train scene. It's probably one of the best part of the ride. Hot take, Sunkist over Fanta? I don't have like a big... Went down Valley, you would have been building Thunderation by now. Yeah, but here's the thing, like in Planet Coaster 1, I started that way. And I kind of wanted to work on stuff that I didn't in the first one first. So I'm getting this side out of the way first. I'm kind of working on a lot of stuff that I didn't in the first game, kind of. I did have this built in the first game, not in, like, super big detail. I had, like, parts of it and such, but I didn't, like, get it fully done in Planet Coaster 1, so... But, like, Wildfire, American Plunge, Powder Keg, I started on them, but I never actually finished them, so... Fanta is good, though. Never actually tried Sunkist. I think I've had both before, but I haven't had either in so long, so I couldn't tell you what's better. You believe that it's been a year, almost two, since Kathy retired. Has it been that long already? Wow. Kathy was my first lead. She worked at Outlaw Run when it opened, and was the first person to train me, actually, so... I still remember when she moved to the train. Feels like forever ago now, but... So does that mean Outlaw is a hybrid because it has track steel? What? No? Wooden coasters are not a thing. According to Steve, wood coasters don't exist. See, you don't understand that the track is made from wood, but they do, like, the main spine of the, like, the part of the track, majority of the track just sitting there, like, the under part, and then you have the topper on top. I'm never gonna convince you, because, you know, it's just a big debate. It's called topper track. But, like, the track is still made of wood, but, like, the part that the wheels roll on is technically steel, but the main part of the track is all wood. And that's what classifies it as a wood coaster, not... That's just how wood coasters are classified. I didn't make that rule. That's just what they're classified, how they're classified. So you saying that everything's not wood, that's just a matter of an opinion. Like, that's your opinion. But factually speaking, like, it's not, that's how it is, you know. That's what's considered a wood coaster. I didn't make that rule. That's just how it is. So that's just how it is. Don't know what else to say there. Time code was around. Yeah, Kathy had worked Outlaw Run is where she was working when I started. And from there she moved from the train. I know that she's worked in Half Dollar Hauler, Flooded Mine before. I think she's worked in Flooded Mine before. Technically is a fact that it's not fully wood, but it's considered wood, a wood coaster, so that's how it works. I'm just telling you how it works. I didn't come up with this. It's not my rules. Quite frankly, like, I don't care. That's just what it is. It's got a steel box beam, which the track steel is welded to, but the main rail is wood. This structural force. Steve is just doing this to stir the pot. Don't go into it. Steve just likes to stir the pot, man. build Wildfire actually pretty shortly. Once we get done here. So, I don't know if a lot of you have heard me explain how I'm building this. I'm building it in phases. So, phase 1 was the entrance area leading up to the hospitality house. This was phase 1. Phase 2 was the main square up here. Phase 3, which is where we're currently at, is Hill Street. So the top of the square going down to the bottom of Hill Street here with all these buildings. And then phase 4 is going to be Wildfire and American Plunge. So it's the next phase that we work on, actually. So after we finish Hill Street, we're going to work on American Plunge and Wildfire, which we have it sitting here waiting for us. The train's just sitting there waiting for us to be built. Excited for it. Trust me, I'm just as excited as you are to get into building, actually building coasters in the game. But we have to be patient, and that's the issue I ran into on the recreation in the first game, is that I lost my patience and just kind of rushed into some stuff and never fully completed a lot of stuff because of it. So now I'm kind of like, I have to fully complete this area before I move on to the next area. That's kind of my rule that I go by now. It's kind of like a little rule I gave myself, and I think it allows me to complete areas a little bit better now. So, like, again, I won't move on until we're done with Hill Street. And Hill Street will be fully done. And then you'll just see the park slowly become fully complete, you know? You don't have, like, just tiny spots here and there where slightly is a little bit complete, slightly not, you know? Areas are fully complete. Bet you $100 you will never complete SDC. I think I have a better chance this time than Planet Coaster 1, and I think I'm already making pretty solid progress. Once we get past Wildfire, American Plunge, and Powder Keg, this whole area, I would say we have a good quarter of the park complete at that point. You know? I'm doing my best lately to try and stay consistent on working on it, so I think we've done a pretty good job of that here as of late. But been on a few wooden coasters before, like Outlaw and some stuff at Six Flags St. Louis, not as good as SDC, but they are pretty fun except for Screaming Eagles. That hurts a bit. I think Screaming Eagles, you gotta be there on a good day. Sometimes it has bad days, I think. American Thunder's a pretty good GCI out there, though. I will say, at Six Flags St. Louis. That's a pretty solid one. For one wooden roller coaster type, according to your logic, look up friction coasters. They are all wood. Yeah, those are like side friction. Yeah, the side friction coasters. I think that's... Isn't that still in... Is that in Planet Coaster 2? Did they ever put that back into the game? I think they did. I think we have side friction coasters. Yeah, here they are. These guys right here. Look at this thing. I don't know. That looks like steel on top and the sides. It looks like it still rolls on steel. Even though everything else is wood, like the whole track is wood, but it has this tiny little plate of steel that it runs on. Have you tried using Google Earth for elevation maps? I kind of just go based off my own thing. No, that's wrong. Well, that's how it is in Planet Coaster. And it's based off of it. So let me look at Side Friction Coaster, see if I can find any photos. If I can even spell it right. Apparently I can't spell friction. Side Friction Coaster. The Side Friction Coaster. I can't find any photos of it. Here's one. I don't know. It kind of looks like it's got the steel topper. One that the game's based off of. Is it? That maybe not. That photo kind of looks different. Why are all these photos blurry? Give me a clear photo. This one would be perfect if it wasn't like blurry. It looks like wood. I've never seen one in person, so. Now, I use my floor plan, and I just use the floor plan mainly as a guide. Like, even if it's not perfect, I still go near it. Like, if I'm around something or close to it, like, as long as I'm close, that's all I care about. Like, I use it kind of just as a guidance system more than anything. Stop distracting him. So, get to the want to get to the coasters. Like, I'm not gonna get to the coasters in this stream for sure. I still have to get references for parts up here and such. You know. We're definitely not getting to them here, but I'm doing everything to get closer to that point. That's the goal. We're gonna try and do everything to get as close to that point as we can. Want to get to it as quick as we can, but also we don't want to slack off on anything either. Still want to do our thing here and okay, we should probably look at the floor plan here. This is where you watch the demonstrations. Bring that floor plan back up so I can see where the building sits here. And that way we can outline the building properly here. Goes in here, and we kind of have like a shape like kind of like that. I think that's our exact shape right there. Along those lines. Home of Foods like Lumber Camp. Yep, we got Lumber Camp, Fried Fancies, Skillet Place, whatever it's called. We've got Hugo's. Now, there's a lot of food options on Hill Street. We also got the Wagon Works. Lots and lots of food. Okay, I need to see, can we see the roofing well on this? Kind of hard to tell, but it looks like it's that. So, let's start to put a little bit of a roof on here. don't know how steep it is, but I'm gonna go fairly steep. Like this. It looks like it just has like this number. And same on this side, we got another roof that kind of goes like this. That's what it looks like from the top view. I don't know if that's 100% accurate, but that's what it looks like. Is like that. Yeah, sitting on top of lumber camp by the waterfall. That's always great. One of my favorite places too is just to eat in general is lumber camp. Lumber camp's area. Kind of hard to tell what's going on with the roof there. It's very confusing. Roof is very complicated in this section. Why I thought I selected that. Selecting roofs are not fun. It wants to select everything but what I'm trying to select. Okay, let's just go with something like this. I don't know if this is accurate, but we're gonna go with this. I think it will make it look the best overall. And if I ever find like better reference photos, we can come back and change it, but okay, I'm just gonna move that to the inside, even though it doesn't line up perfectly with that. Just makes that look better. That way, all of this is just kind of closed up a little bit. It always resets the grid size and height, making it impossible to go where you want. Okay, and then if we go to the off or ungridded pieces here. Just came across this trying to do this with Dollywood, but never seen the Google Map overlay trick. How do you make the scale on the billboard correct? It's a whole like tutorial thing. Like, it's hard to explain. Not really hard to explain, but like it's a lot to explain, I guess. Kind of. It's not really hard, but so when you're overviewing on Google Earth, you just need to make sure that it's more of a kind of like a Photoshop thing more than anything. Knowing the size of a billboard and how all that works, so. But I'm currently using a scaling mod, so I can make the billboards a lot bigger, so it'd be kind of different. But it'd be cool if SDC redid the Ozark Mountain Cat. You mean Ozark Wildcat is what you mean there. At Silver City, I could have done the coaster name. Oh, you said that in parentheses. It's Ozark Wildcat. So I would like to see a GCI in the city. Yeah, I think I would love to see. I miss Wildcat. It was one of my favorites, actually. It was a really good GCI. Nothing too insanely crazy, but it was a really fun GCI coaster, and it was actually the first wood coaster I've ever ridden when I was a kid. So very fond memories of that ride. And I do think, and I think I've mentioned this before, like, because Celebration City closed in 2009, I do think they were considering on relocating it to Silver Dollar City. But they had two options. They could either relocate that down the road to Silver Dollar City, or create a new wood coaster. And I think what happened is they decided to build the new wood coaster, and that was Outlaw Run. So I feel like there was probably a decision made. And now that's just speculation. I don't know if that's actually what was going on at Herschend at the time, but I'm sure they were considering it at one point because they were in the market for a wood coaster in 2013. And Outlaw Run was in the works for like 3 to 5 years. They were really thinking about that. So, and that when Celebration City closed, that was probably the consideration they had, you know. So, it would have been Outlaw Run or Ozark Wildcat moving over there, which, who knows? Like, maybe that's what it would have been. Would have been cool. Again, I don't know if that's the actual truth, but, like, I feel like that was a consideration when they were thinking about a wood coaster. I bet that was one of the things they were discussing, like, hey, would it be an option to relocate our wood coaster that was only open for, like, you know, less than 10 years, you know? As I think Celebration City opened in 2003 and went to 2009, it was only open for a few years. It was not open very long. Was it 2003? It may have been 2003. I can't remember. RCDB might know. But then again, it might mesh Celebration City with, like, with the stuff that it was before. Celebration City, there it is. It's still on here. Operated, yeah, 2013. Or 2003. I don't know why I said 13. It closed in 08, after the 08 season. That's what it was. Not 09, it was 08. I got it wrong. But I remember the rides there. Ozark Wildcat, I still miss that ride, man. Thunderbolt, which is now at Glenwood Caverns. And they had a few other little small coaster theirs that also got relocated, so. Yeah, I miss that park. I really do. Obviously, it wasn't as good as Silver Dollar City by any means, like, but it was a fun place to just hang out, you know, and have a good time. You know, that's what I remember it most. Just hanging out with friends, and it was a really good. It was a nice little park. You know, so I know Silver Dollar City's plan for that was to, because Celebration City was open later in the day. It was more of a nighttime park. Their thought process was people would go to Silver Dollar City. Silver Dollar City closed at 6 early, and then they would go to Celebration City afterwards. That was their thought process, because I think Celebration City would open up in the afternoon, and it'd be open up late. So I think there were some days it would open at like 2 or 3 p.m. Somewhere around there. So I didn't mean to do that. I have to smooth out this section a little bit. We're just gonna have to work with the terrain as we go. Even though it takes some time. But appreciate you guys being here. Hope you guys have had a wonderful Saturday. Hope you guys are staying, if you're within the snowstorm, make sure you're staying safe out there. I don't plan on going anywhere. I stocked up on some food to last me for a few days, and just in case. Tell you what, everyone was clearing out Walmart, though, yesterday. Cleared it out. Got to ride that the year before last. Glenwood maybe going bankrupt after the lawsuit, though. I don't see how they'll cover the cost. Hopefully they make it through, though. I've never been there. Alright, I'm going to do a manual save before I lose my floor plan again. That saved up. Alright, we're starting to populate it a little bit as we go up here. We still obviously have a lot of gaps here, but starting to populate it. Started kind of at the bottom because that's where we have the most references. Everything up here is just kind of like I don't have references to, so it's been kind of difficult to figure out because, again, like Wagon Works is built on a literal steep hill, so it's kind of like has weird levels to it. These buildings have to be very unique on these, like, on Hill Street because, like, it's just so steep. So we're getting all of this out of the way because it's probably going to be one of the harder spots to build all the buildings on. But that's alright, we'll get it. We'll get it going. That's getting full. Alright, I'm gonna do a little tour for those that haven't seen the whole park in first person. Hold on. There we go. Push play so you can hear all the sounds and stuff. Traveler stop, make me pick yourself plain grilled cheese. I always like, they had like a buffalo grilled cheese. It's really good. At one point. Alright, so we got the ticket booths in here. We come out this way. Got custom audio. Don't know if you can hear it real well, but go through security here. Then the park entrance. And then this is the Ozark Marketplace, the big gift shop as you exit the park. I didn't go into detail too much in this because I'm not going to be doing interiors that much. So this is like a very, like, undetailed version of it. Up here we got even Delilah's Bakery, again not doing much interior work in there. We might do interiors later, but leading us up to the Hospitality House, which again, very dumbed down version. Doesn't look bad, but like, and it's got the general layout of the Hospitality House still too. Got some restrooms and lockers right there. This is where the exit of Marvel Cave will be. It will be through this door. And we have the cave entrance right here. You would go down these stairs, and these are all functional, by the way. You can actually get down here. Here's J-Train's donation. Oh, people actually going down there. That was actually interesting. You go down here. We actually have the entrance to Marvel Cave, which is a big hole right now. Not much to it in here at the moment. We mentioned about how you tackle the terrain heights. I'm assuming just Google Earth and reference. Yeah, I'm just going off of reference images and Street View and such like that. Back here is all of the backstage area, which is still under construction. We haven't done much here. This is the host. The host lounge would be right here, and then this was first aid. So this is where we can get a meal at as a employee, and this is kind of like a separate employee entrance right here. Backstage area of the restaurants on the square. And then this is just a pathway that goes up into the attractions office. I go up there almost every morning. But yeah, I do plan on having the cave in the game kind of too at some point. It might be a later update, but all right. And then we're on to the square where we have the gazebo stage right there, and then we have some restaurant or the reunion hall. The old mine restaurant used to be down right there. We even have the little cart that goes in and out, which is also cool. Cool that I can actually make that a thing in Planet Coaster 2. The gazebo stage, and then nice little popcorn stand. For some reason the wheels are running. I need to make sure those are not running. I have the taffy store. That leads you back here again. So all looking quite nice. I still haven't filled in the spot. I have the homestead pickers down here. Wilderness Church. And Wagon Works. And we have the general store right there, and then Hannah's, which is the ice cream parlor. And this would lead us down here. And then we're back to that employee entrance right here. Which is we call it Candy Gate. It's right next to the candy shop. Got the flagpole right there. And then the newest area we've been working on is Hill Street here, which we would go down here. Wagon Works, Cowboy Jeps, the Honey Store, little wood, and then we got Home Furnishing Store. We got wood carvers that will be over there. We got 10 type old time photos, which is this building right here, and then this is going to be Fried Fancies. Pretty nice. And then back this way, we'll have Lumber Camp, a Skillet Place, Hugo's, and that'll lead us back towards Powder Keg and the old Fire in the Hole building. And then this would lead us back towards American Plunge and Wildfire. And those areas. So that's what we got so far. This Powder Keg. Light that fuse, no time for dread. We're gonna have a blast on this Powder Keg. Are you a fan of the apple turnovers or the apple butter shop? I haven't had it too often, but what I remember, they're pretty good. Alright, so for those of you that have not been aware how I've been prepping for Powder Keg, so I've been doing a lot of testing over here before we actually get into the ride. There's going to be it's very complex, but it is going to work really beautifully. Obviously we have the custom trains that I put together here, which look pretty good. I'm pretty happy with how they turned out. With the barrel in the front and all that fun stuff. And then, so we do have a fake transfer track that slides up here. Currently we have it set to where it's using the vertical lift track that you can use. So that will all be hidden out underground, and then we'll have like this fake track that slides up and down. So you can see that. Yeah, Powder Keg has its own theme song. I have 2 pieces of track here that's just a visualization thing. So when it's stopped up here, it will look like the track stopped right here as well. It's more of a visual thing more than anything. Because obviously it's not going to go there. This will probably, I'll adjust this to go underground. We'll make adjustments and stuff to make it better, but that area is restricted. Alright, and then the way this is going to work, at the moment this is not what it's going to look like. So you can see I've actually retraced the track with SNS track. I've been using this flat track. We edit the coaster. You can see we've been using this track. That's because once we switch over to the Buzzsaw Falls section, we're actually going to be using this flat track. So it looks like that. Now, you see all these extra cross ties? We're not going to actually have to worry about that because we're going to actually do this. And we'll use, we have, with the mods, we can actually make invisible track. So you can see it will make it look like it's just using the SNS track only for that section, which is pretty neat, I think. So, all right, we would actually want supports to use that color here, a little lighter. So that's what it will look like once it's in its complete state, and then once we actually get to like the Buzzsaw Falls track, we can switch over to the Buzzsaw Falls track like that, which will be kind of neat, a neat little visual to make it look really perfect, make it look real, you know. You're gonna have a blast on this powder keg, shooting through the Ozarks till the rails run red. Light that fuse, there's no time for dread. We're gonna have a blast. But while we're building it, we're gonna not use that invisible track so we can see where the track lines up. So, and then once we got the layout complete and retraced, we'll delete all of that. So, and that's how we're gonna use it. So. And I think that's gonna make Powder Keg look really, really good. I've been doing this early testing mostly because once we get to the ride, I don't want to have to mess with how we're gonna do that. I've been just doing some early testing on how we're gonna get it done. So this will be shortly after Wildfire and American Plunge, so it'll be Phase 5. So. You don't hear that because they only played that song like its opening year. And now they found the 30-second snippet, which is what I have. I actually have the actual file they play. I found the I got it sent to me. They found the file and they sent the music to me, and they play it on the brake run now. They programmed it to where it will play on the brake run. So next time you ride Powder Keg, they started doing this late last season. So next time you ride Powder Keg, once you hit the brake run, it should be playing this song. Yeah, this song is from 2005. There's a lot of rides at Silver Dollar City that have themes, and they just don't play them all the time. So like you have one that still does play is Flooded Mines theme. That still plays. And of course you got the iconic Fire in the Hole theme. I don't know if you guys have all seen what I've cooked up here for Fire in the Hole, but I started on it before I committed to building the full park, so I never... That's why some of it's built already, and the layout's built, but we have the audio, custom audio.
The ball knobbers have set the whole town ablaze. Go!
I got an early model of Patches over here that I made. One of the Bald Knobber characters.
Patches, I'm gonna tan your hide.
Chickens. Why does it always have to be chickens?
Wiley, drop that dynamite or I'll have to shoot.
Go ahead, Marshal. You couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. Ow! Get after those bald knobbers and stop that
By fire.
Red Flanders?
Go to the park in May. I'll have to listen to when I ride Powder Keg again. Nice.
I ain't got no pants no more. The dang ball knobbers stole them.
Stole them? What in the city hell would they want with your pants?
They don't call me
Bugs for nothing.
Don't
Worry. They don't bite much. Make it dark, actually. So the light on the train makes sense.
Hurry! The
Ball numbers are gonna blow up the bridge. Bum bum bum.
right over here.
mess up my new pants.
You dang
Them
fool.
bundles under the trestle.
Can't you even tie a ding dang knot? Hurry, what's the matter, Bugs? You chicken?
Watch out, you
Dang fool, you're gonna fall. Now look at what you done. Uh-oh, I think I'm stuck. I can't reach. I can't wait to rebuild this again. Oh, bridge ain't gonna hold. Bye-bye. Bum 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 bum.
Bugs and Patches,
Patches,
we foiled your
Your
plot, and now we're using your dynamite to blow up the water tower and put out the fire.
Don't throw that switch. The train's coming that way. Alright, so the idea behind this, you see that rotating light? That's going to be hidden. You're not going to see that. But the reason why I have that is because before you turn the corner, you see that light kind of rotating. You see the light kind of making that movement. So I wanted to create that effect once you're approaching this little curve here, that you can see that light actually moving, so it's not just a light. So you can actually see that light kind of moving around. Bum, 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 bum.
Tower's gonna blow.
Oh, fire in the hole. Then we'll have to put in a water there.
Thank you, heroes. We couldn't have caught those good-for-nothing ball
Ball
knobbers
knobbers
without
without
you.
you.
Give yourselves a big old pat on the back.
You deserve it. And it'll also put out any stray sparks. So long. I got the video of them there. Pretty cool. Cool stuff. We're gonna have a blast on this powder keg. Shooting through the Ozarks till the rails run red. Light the fuse, there's no time for dread. Gonna have a blast on this powder keg. I am glad that they fixed the audio, custom audio in Planet Coaster 2, where if you zoom out and zoom back in, the audio still is in the right spot. So, pretty cool stuff. But I was creating a recreation of it, and then I got to the point where I was like, I committed to doing the recreation, the actual full park. So, once I committed to that, I was like, I decided to just leave it over there, and then once we get to that area, we'll work on it then, so. But I did put in what I had gotten done, which wasn't a ton. It was mostly just the layout and the very first start of the scene when it turns right out of the station, which I do have the wanted posters here, the custom pictures, which is pretty cool, of Bugs, Wiley. They don't call me Bugs for nothing. Don't worry, They don't bite much. And then, of course, I did make the recreation of Time Traveler beforehand, and I'm going to have to redo it again because the layout did not line up with the floor plan. This was before we had custom billboards in the game, so I'm pretty sure. But I did make I think the custom catwalk turned out beautiful. Like, it looks so accurate. Looks really good. I even made these little custom fins here. These little magnets. That's the magnets that start the spin out of the station. These are obviously just for decoration, but I do have it to where it does do that, so... For instance, if we were to build this, you would make the eddy spin mechanism, whatever it's called. Eddy current spinner, which doesn't have anything on it, so you would want to, let's see, we want to go, I think it spins it clockwise. Force applied, you just put a number in here, that would be good. As for max spin rate, I would always do pretty small for Time Traveler because it does have the magnet that keeps it from free spinning. Then we would throw this in, which does technically have trim brakes on it, like a couple of set of trims. They don't look like that, though. But it would be somewhere on the lines of this, so... Curious of how this would look right out the gate. Did I get it perfect right off the bat, or is it gonna not spin properly? Oh, that's pretty good. Spins a little fast on that spot, but probably because I didn't set the spin rate on these track pieces. No, it usually does stay. Oh yeah, we gotta use this track. On here. Spin rate, deacceleration rate, target speed. Max spin rate's not that high. Time Traveler just spins slowly, so... Looks like Time Traveler, so I think you did well. Well, thank you. You know, it just takes a lot of finicking, and you gotta mess with it a lot, so... Ding! 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 I know the exit speed is really slow, too. Papa, we did it. This was our biggest time jump yet. All you gotta do is dream big. Do good. Alright, hopefully I didn't delete our floor plan this time. I don't think we did, so... Fantastic, though. Fantastic. No, I'm kind of shocked. I have this lip balm, and I'm actually to the end of the stick before losing it. Crazy. that even a like actual thing? I kind of want to take a stroll through Winland. Hopefully the game doesn't crash. Once in a while when I load this park, the game just crashes. I'm not sure why, and I hope that's not a sign for things to come in the future. Because it would suck if like an update happened and then I couldn't open the park again. That would not be good. Alright. Universe Adventure. Going downtown. Oh gosh, they're honking at us. Hate it when it crotches or does that. Alright, we're walking. I'm gonna walk to the park. If I can. But like, you get such a different perspective when you're just walking in first person. You know what I mean? Just look at that. It looks so cool. And then once we actually get rides up in the sky, that's going to be even cooler. And just walking around, seeing the hotel, the resort. Kind of in sync with the music. That's awesome. I think I went too far. I was supposed to go this way, yeah. Like, obviously it's not going to be this bare, but once we get all this filled in, see the entrance, and you can see the Viking area, which, my gosh, is going to look so cool when it's done. See the coaster rolling around, and we still have the second half of the coaster, which is going to be all of that area, too. So you're just going to see lots of coaster track right there. So neat. Plan on working on more of this a lot, either tonight or tomorrow, or a combination of both. Now we have the entrance to the City Walk area. Obviously very much inspired by the City Walk in Orlando. Kind of connects all the areas, or all the parks together. Got all these restaurants and gift shops. Even have like a little outdoor stage here. Sports grill. Gulpy's giving out a performance. We got the Winland Sports Grill, which very light interior design right now, but still have some work to do in there. And we have the water park, Paradise Adventure, which the hotel right next to it is also part of it as well. The entrance, there's some changing rooms. We got some cool water features, including the lazy river. Then we have a cool restaurant. When the restaurants first came out, I did build this, so I'm not much of an interior person. I'm not great at designing interiors of buildings, but I was still pretty proud of myself for what I did in here. It's not great, but it turned out alright. And then we have a little outdoor little bar grill area, whatever you want to call it. Sea Serpent, which is the that ride right there, that slide right there, which is a drop slide. It even goes underwater. The tubes go underwater. I thought it would be a cool idea. Well, the water park is done. Might add some tweaks here and there, but for the most part, it is complete. Here's the entrance to the Lazy River. And fly through it as well. It allows us to enter through it. Have a little cave section. You could also get out on this side, which is the other side of the water park, if you would want to. Come back to it. Very, very cool. Two different ways you can go. You can go this way or the other way. Go all the way around. I feel like I used the repetitive rocks too much right there. I think I did a lot of copy and pasting on that side. So I might touch that up and make it look a little more random later on. And we got Eruption, which is that slide complex there. Got 3 different slides here. Got a double tube, a body slide, and a single tube slide. Head back here, that was where that came out of. Got a restroom. And then we have this little kids area down here. It has a lot of little small slides, has like water guns and such like that. Like you go up here and go down the slides, or you can shoot water guns at your friends down below. Then we have a family raft slide over here. Pretty cool. We have a tipping bucket. You can just see it went over there. But nice little area for kids to have fun in. And that brings us over out here to the wave pool, which is the best wave pool I've made in the game. It's got the kind of volcano, water volcano above it, which goes off every 30 seconds, I think. Sploosh, it does that. It's pretty fun. Oh, I never realized, seen the view of the coaster over there at this spot. That's actually really cool. I didn't know this view existed until now. It's so cool, you can see parts of the coaster over there. Nice. We continue back this way. We have a few more rides. We have some water coasters here. This is the entrance to this one. Pretty cool. And then we have like the big raft water coaster right there as well. If you go over here. Which is another water coaster. That goes up there. And that is just that. We have a little nice little cool gift shop in here. Very neat. Got a little water tower there. And then if we go on the other side of the wave pool, we can get to the other side of the park. The water park here. Got a little path that leads up over here. And then we have some race slides here. You can also go through the lazy river to get over here as well. You can see we have some race slides. A little snack bar, or a little bar right there. Probably be able to see a lot more of the second half of the coaster that we do over there. Because this is our Viking slides. Which has that Viking theme, and it's right next to the Viking area, so a little nod to that. We have a little building here for our employees. And this can take us back to the front. Actually get out here too. Alright. And that's the whole water park experience. And then we can go to the dry park by heading back around this way. See a little bit over there. Obviously, it's still being developed quite a bit, but in case if you haven't seen already, we go up here. We have more of the City Walk area. An elevator there to get up here as well. Go overhead, get a cool view of the parking lot and resort. And obviously I haven't had the lights turned on in here, but that's going to be a little restaurant, cafe area. We have some more shops over here. The Hats Fantastic store, that's just kind of hidden in there. That's really all that's up here. Now I turned off all the audio on these, but there's still audio coming through some of them. So I don't know what to do with that. I might have to delete them all and replace them. But we have more stuff over here in the City Walk area. Look at the top of the hotel over there. It's so cool. We have a nice big gift shop in here. Looks really nice. Again, not much of an interior person. I'm really proud of how this building kind of turned out. Really nice. At least I think it turned out pretty cool. This leads us to the bridge, leading us to the dry park. You're gonna get some cool views of the Viking area right here on this bridge as well once that area is complete. The water's gonna go expand out further that direction. Once we get over there, we'll probably have Coaster Track going over the water for the second half of the ride. And you'll get some really sick views of that area from the bridge. Gives you a little sneak preview of what you're gonna get into. And then I have the Adventure Tower here, which has different themed elements from all the different themed lands. We have the Western area, the Viking area, the dark horror themed area, and then the steampunk section. That's what all those represent. So very excited to get into every single land, but we got to finish each land at a time. Got guest services, and then we have our portal entrance here. Leads us into the big grand entrance area. It's very open right now. And then we have a nice little gift shop here at the entrance. which is really nice. I put a lot of effort into this. Again, I'm not very great at interiors, but I really did my best here to make something cool on the inside. We also got some lockers. You can go out this direction. Have a little information kiosk booth there. We also have a little restaurant that's going to be here. You can look at the entrance area. You can also go back this direction. Also as well. Information kiosk. And this leads us up to the entrance of our portal to the Viking land. Which once we walk through this portal, we'll be greeted by a lot of cool theming elements in here. Obviously, it's very early on and still not complete, so we still have a lot to do in here, but we got this little restaurant in here. Very dim lighting. I really like it a lot. And the cool theming around. And if we continue back here, that gets us to the entrance to the coaster, which we have standby entrance, and then this is express queue or front of the line pass. This is our access for employees. I still haven't put lighting in here yet. And we're gonna decorate the trains too. I haven't themed the trains just yet, but those are gonna have theming on them, so they look a little bit closer to the theme that we want. And back over here is the exit of the ride, which is the unload station, because we have a load and unload station on this ride. Here's the unload station, and that's the load station right there. So pretty neat how we got all that set up. Custom bridge. This coaster is going to interact a lot with the park, and a lot with the whole land, and interact with all the paths and stuff too, which is going to be really cool. So and we still have to build the second half of the ride too. But we're getting a really cool feel for it. But I hope you guys have been enjoying this entire series when I have worked on it. So I hope to continue to work on it quite a bit here soon and continue to do a lot with it, because I want to get this. I do want to get this big project done, because it truly is my dream project, kind of. And I know I'm very slow at getting episodes out sometimes, and really slow at getting progress done, but I think it will be worth it in the end. We have so much land still to do, but I think this Viking section is going to come together fairly quickly when we do work on it a lot more. So this is all after just one episode of me working on it, so can't imagine where we'll be after the next episode. So hopefully it might not take a crazy ton of episodes to finish it, so we'll see. We'll have to wait and see on that. So but I think the parking lot turned out really cool. The hotels and resorts are really nice. I didn't want to take up too much of the area with all this, so trying not to take up too much land. So we have plenty of land for the parks themselves. But I think for realism purposes, I think having all this parking lot and stuff is kind of necessary. So it doesn't look like your park just exists out of nowhere, I personally like having at least somewhat of a parking lot of some sorts, generally in the area. So really neat. So I hope you guys enjoyed this ride on this little walkthrough of that. For those that may have not seen it, or maybe just wanted a little closer look at the park of its current state and its current progress, very, very cool. So I might head out here now, for now, but we had 2 streams today, so kind of want to enjoy the rest of my night a little bit before it gets crazy late. So I thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys have a great day and cool tomorrow, and you guys are awesome for still being here. So we'll probably stream tomorrow as well, because again, probably still be at home with all the snow we're getting. So I like having realism, but I don't have the motivation and time to build realism. I feel that, man. It takes a lot of time to do all that. So, but appreciate you guys being here, and yeah, so I'll see you guys in the next live stream or video, whatever it may be, guys, and I'll see you guys later. Thanks, and goodbye.